Oh, look, friends, it's T-Man, and guess what? Jason Blaha has posted another beautiful video for us to react to. I can't wait, man, to react to the gym lifting recruited fitness gear slave. Blaha, what a name! Hey, sir, how are you? Oh, I'm Blaha. Oh, you look Blaha too. Okay, let's see. Blaha says post workout glycogen. Replenishment is overhyped. Okay.
Glycogen replenishment after lifting is pretty much a dead topic. Never really panned out too much of anything. And I know people hear that and they're like, oh man, that can't be true. But it is a reality. And this is one of the reasons I tell people, look,
Okay, what they're talking about when they say that glycogen replenishment, they mean glyco loading after your phony exercises. The whole industry, I'll explain this, bro, in this video. The whole industry is built on lies. They lie to you. They lie. They know that it's uncomfortable to do eccentric exercises. They know it's associated with real muscle growth. That's why they put out all these things about selling you tablets, powders. They want to sell you on bulk dieting to build a muscle. But in the back of your mind, you're not thinking about all these things. You're just thinking, oh, okay, these are the things I have to do to build my body. I want the physique of my dreams. And you're going to go through all these nasty things to build a fake physique. In the end, it's just going to be a fake physique, bro. That's all you really did. You put in all this effort and work, and what did you build? Nothing, something fake. See what I mean? So the whole glycogen thing is to increase the sarcoplasm. That's what they were trying to do. They were trying to push the masses. See, I realized this as the years were going by. When I was growing up, I figured it out. I remember they pushed all these supplements. DHT came out. Eat a lot of amino acids. Take this creatine stuff and take this powder. And then they had this magic pill, and that magic pill was going to build you a muscle and everything. It was all a scam to lure you in because real bodybuilding is very uncomfortable. It's not marketable. It's not sellable. It's not marketable. It takes a long time to what you would call recover from it. Yeah, it's painful. It could be painful. It could be lots of stuff, man. It's you have to go through. It's brutal to build real muscle. It really is brutal to build real muscle. But pumping your muscles is comfortable, and they know that. The whole industry, the fitness industry, knows this. And so they push concentric lifting because they say you're weak, you have to get it stronger. They want you to focus on getting it stronger. They don't want you to focus, they don't want you to listen. They want to pretend and make you believe that you got stronger by lifting in the concentric form, when in fact your body stayed behind. It never got bigger and stronger. It stayed small and weak, and it's susceptible to injuries and all kinds of stuff, especially if you do lift heavy in the concentric. So they're fooling you. They just know that those are the things to fool you with, because those are the easiest things, the fools. Like the concentric lifting, I got better at lifting a heavy weight, whatever, got a stronger, stronger shit. Or, and then you get a bigger too. You got a bigger, but it wasn't from the stronger. It was from the bulk diets, from the fake bulking, the creatine, the powders, man, the SARMs, I don't know, DHT tablets, the amino acids, whatever the fuck you're doing there, man. The carbohydrate loading, backloading, offloading, and I don't know, calories in, calories out, bulking. Bruh, it goes on forever, man. I don't know. Blood flow restriction, inflammation, inflaming your muscles constantly by doing concentric exercises, coming in every day in the gym, fucking bro. Gym lifting, slave shit, whatever. Man, lactic acid buildup. What else is there? I don't know, man. There's just and chasing the pump. They're always like, they never say to you muscle damage, when we know muscle damage is associated with growth. It would associate with eccentric exercise. They never promote eccentric exercise. Think about it. Why doesn't the industry promote eccentric exercise, muscle damage? Why don't they promote any of the real things that actually really build your body and strength? Why don't they do that? Because they know it's uncomfortable, you won't do it. So they want you to pump your muscles, and you don't even think about it. Oh, I'm going to the gym. I'm pumping my muscles, guys. I'm going to pump up my muscles. You're going to pump your muscles? You're going to do what? I'm going to pump my muscles, bro. You're going to the gym to pump your muscles? Yeah. Man, this is crazy, bro.
As
This is
long as your
crazy.
protein is kept super, super high, honestly, we get overly obsessed with carbohydrates.
Yes, as long as you keep your protein super high, that's gonna magically build the muscle. Even though muscle cells are not like fat cells, they don't just keep getting bigger forever because you ate protein. Why do you think they're bulking? Duh.
Fats, meaning people can very, very successfully run very large amounts of one and very low amounts of the other. And quite frankly, in terms of a lot of our body composition and performance and other stuff like that, right?
Body composition and performance. He's really worried about body composition. I like him. Our performance doesn't build bodies. Get it? You're performing. How can performing build a body or endurance? This is stupid. Get it? And that's what concentric exercise is. It fatigues you. It does complex. What is this? Sarcoplasm, which is glycogen, a storage unit of energy. It's nothing. You're not doing anything there. You're just doing something stupid.
Stuff like that, it probably matters less and less the higher your protein goes. And I mean, case in point, people are like, yeah,
And why is that, Blaha? Please give us an example. Man, this guy's making shit up.
we burn a ton of glycogen lifting. Look, guys, look at some of my workouts. I mean, I vlog everything. I know people are seeing these little clips here to where stuff's just stringed together, and it's just
Yes, look at some of his frivolous exercises. What are they based on exactly? What are they based on? Endurance, performance, and endurance. Those are the two things that his exercises are based on.
filler content for me to voice over. But these workouts are put up, and some of my workouts are absurdly long. Okay, they're absurdly long. And I do a lot of these workouts on very, very phases with extremely low.
Yeah, because they're based on high volume sarcoplasmic training. That's what his workout, because he doesn't know what bodybuilding is, man. Come on. Think about it. He's too stupid to know what it is. But that's what it's really based on, his workouts. It's endurance, performance. And bodybuilding is not a sport. It's not. That's why he carried over powerlifting into bodybuilding. A lot of people do this. The powerlifting, they focus on the concentric. They never do eccentric. They just pull a weight and then they throw it on the floor. Pull it up and throw it on the floor. They do everything without eccentric work. So how can they build a muscle, powerlifters, if they never do any eccentric work? See what I mean? Anyways, they always complain bodybuilders are bigger than them, whatever. But then they're trying to tell you then, but bodybuilders are weak. We're stronger than them. Yeah, okay, whatever, man. So they carry it over to bodybuilding, doing concentric work without doing any eccentric. Get it? When it's not a sport, bodybuilding, because if it was, you'd be doing it like a sport. It's not, because it's supposed to it compromises your performance doing eccentric exercises, so it cannot be a sport.
Carbohydrates while I'm running.
And so, but you turned it into a sport because you have not compromised your performance, and you go to the gym and you want to show off that you can lift a heavy weight in concentrically, but then you get upset why the body is not matching the getting the stronger lift, getting the strong lift. Bro, the body didn't grow. The body didn't grow big and strong. But I'm strong. I can lift a heavy weight. I'm a small strong guy. I want to run around the gym and show all the big strong guys that I'm a small strong guy. I can lift a heavy weight.
Fat and protein.
Coping, yeah.
And I have no problem whatsoever with it. So when we talk about
Listen, man, Blaha is coping, bro. If you can't see that, you really have to be out to lunch. He's coping, bro. This is cope.
the glycogen replenishment and carbohydrates burned,
Yeah, sure.
no, you're only burning a lot of carbohydrates if you're burning carbohydrates. Okay, so we need to be clear on that. We need to be clear on that. And I want to be also clear, I do not promote high or low carb diets. I think they both can absolutely be phenomenal. I use both with clients. I use both myself. At the moment, I'm currently back to using, in a very low carbohydrate approach. But I'm still able to come in and do high volumes of training for hours. So most of my workouts are like 2 hours long, 6 days a week. And let's be fair, I mean, I'm moving some respectable weights for, not just singles, but even my work.
Yes, he's moving respectable weights, broski.
sets for, dude who's 48. I'm not doing too shabby. Right, that was a 5.
See, that's what it's all about. Moving heavy weights, never getting big and strong, just moving a heavy weight in the opposite direction.
100-pound box squat, raw, about as raw as you can get other than a belt. And, then I get...
Did you see his face? That is the face of stupid. That is the face of stupid.
tons and tons and tons of rep work afterwards on machines, after some other back-off squats. So the point here is when you start looking at the data, a really intense, extremely intense workout session only actually burns about 15 grams of carbohydrates per hour. So if you take someone like me, and I'm going to say my workouts are intense.
Yeah, but you can load a lot of carbohydrates. That muscle can load a lot of glycogen. Muscle cells can load a lot of glycogen in there. You'd be surprised, man. Look it up in science, bro. It's a known fact. You're pumping your muscles, loading glycogen in there. You just don't realize it. Should I look it up for you? Let me see if I can find it. I'll look it up. Yes, muscle cells can store a lot of glycogen. A lot of glycogen. A molecular form of carbohydrates. See that? Glycogen is the body's primary energy source during exercise and when blood sugar is high. So listen to what they say. Muscle cells can store a lot of glycogen and a molecular form of carbohydrates. Get it? Yeah, dude. Yeah. Listen to what they tell you here. Explanation. Here's the explanation. Glycogen storage. Skeletal muscles store about 80% of the body's glycogen. Wow. The amount of glycogen stored in muscles depend on factors like diet, exercise, and body type. Yeah. Glycogen is stored in a hydrated form with 3 or 4 parts water for every part of glycogen. See what I mean? Glycogen use. During exercise, muscle cells break down glycogen to produce glucose, which powers the muscles. Yeah. Prolonged exercise can deplete muscle glycogen stores, which can lead to exhaustion. It could. But guess what? You never get exhausted with sarcoplasmic hypertrophy loading. Well, there's a conversion. I mean, it gets into the sarcoplasm, it loads up. It's better that you eat it and you use the stores that are in your liver as opposed to the ones that are in your muscle, but whatever. So, glycogen replenishment, eating carbohydrates after exercise. Well, complex is the best one, to replenish and whatever. The timing, amount, and frequency of carbohydrate consumption can affect how quickly glycogen is stored. Well, yeah. I mean, glycogen is an energy source. It can be stored, but protein cannot be stored in your muscles. That's why muscles are hard to build. These proteins in your muscles can only be built through muscle damage. Damaging muscles. On a high carbohydrate diet, muscle glycogen may rise to 25 gkg1 of muscle in carbohydrate intake. So occurs after glycogen is depleted based drastically, whatever. Science direct, I don't know what the fuck that is, but whatever. You get the picture, man. Can load a lot of glycogen in there. You'd be surprised. Fake muscles. People making fake muscles. Yay, hooray!
I think it's an intense workout if I come in and do 550 on a deadlift for 3 reps and back off work with 500 for rep work on a deadlift.
Yeah.
And then do a bunch of glute ham raises and 20 rep sets of reverse hypers afterwards with 400 pounds.
Whoa.
Okay? I think that counts as a relatively intense workout. So it falls in that category.
Sure is.
So you're looking at 50.
Looks like it's a very intense. Yeah, it falls in that category. Intensity, yes. More like volume to me, but
15 grams. So a 2-hour workout, you're burning through 30 grams of carbohydrate. When we start looking at some of the data, even for post-workout muscle protein synthesis and all this stuff from insulin response, literally protein shakes cover everything.
Literally, protein shakes cover everything. These fake protein shakes. So on top of it, you're eating some fake shit. That's some concocted crap shit. Yeah, okay, whatever.
In other words, you come in and hit a 50-gram protein shake, or even a 70, 75-gram protein shake. Where are we at?
Look, I gotta tell you, from my experience, the best carbohydrate are potatoes, complex carbohydrates. They don't spike insulin, and they load the best in the muscle to create this fake sarcoplasmic muscle hypertrophy look. Okay, so Blaha says he's starting to take carbohydrates in now, so he might blow up. He might blow up and get fat again.
In terms of glycogen replenishment,
Yeah.
people say, well, that's just protein. Yeah, but don't we break protein down into carbohydrate? So you're looking at your immediate, your short term.
Don't we break protein down into a carbohydrate? No, not really. Unless, of course, that's all we're eating as carnivores is meat. Then, yes, the body will break down some of it. There's a conversion, some, but very little, not a lot. And your body can make it through ketones. It can make glucose if necessary, if it's needed. Your body can do a lot of stuff. It can turn collagen into vitamin C back to collagen. It can do many things, bro. Yeah.
That fast spike away. So you take something that's 50 grams of that. About half of that can be converted into glucose, by the way, within the first hour.
People are going to say, why did sailors suffer from scurvy? Because I told you, going on long voyages, we're carnivore animals. We need to eat animals, and they ran out of animals. Unfortunately, there's no animals to eat, so maybe they had plants on board. I don't know what the fuck they were eating on those ships. Okay, and they were eating a vegan diet, and the vegan diet destroyed them. Maybe they had baskets of like carrots and shit. I don't know. Like loads of carrots and this and that, a bunch of plant shit, roots, especially roots. Roots can last longer. You could take baskets of apples and shit and everything. They'll just rot your teeth though, because the acid will just erode your teeth. You could keep these things on board. Apples, you could keep, I don't know, whatever. These weird weird roots and shit. Potatoes. Maybe they boiled a lot of potatoes. Fuck it. Who the hell knows, man? And so the vegan diet fucking destroyed them and gave them fucking scurvy or some shit. Who knows? Because that's as far as what I see what goes on with the vegan compilation. It looks like they're getting scurvy. Their hair's falling out. Their gums are receding. See, here's the thing. If all these vegetables and plants are filled with all this vitamin C, right? So why are the vegan compilations, why are they all suffering from their teeth falling out and their gums are receding? They're all complaining about their gums hurt and they're receding and shit. And their hair's falling out. Want to know why? Because you can't absorb anything from plants. It's malabsorption. That's why, because there's anti-nutrients in there. I mean, come on, man. It does take a fucking genius to figure out what's going on there.
You're going to get a large insulin response from that. And that's what we find. Muscle protein synthesis doesn't even go up from adding carbohydrate once protein reaches a certain threshold post-workout.
Yeah, but if you have a damaging workout, you're very insulin sensitive. There's like all kinds of stuff going on there. Amazing stuff going on.
Shake. Adding carbs doesn't even seem to help. So if we're going to talk glycogen replenishment, if you aren't burning carbs as a fuel source between your sets, you're back to just the grams you burned in the actual lifting. Because if you're on a higher fat diet, you're just burning fat in between. Yeah. Your body burns what you give it for fuel.
Okay.
So when you start looking at that, what are we talking about?
Yes.
You're pretty much glycogen is almost entirely replenished off those shakes. Why? Because about half of it, 20.
Your glycogen is replenished? No, that's not the kind that loads in the muscle. That's the kind that loads in the liver. But the one that loads in the muscle is complex carbohydrates. They load like the rice and the potatoes and the sweet potatoes that you're all eating out there. Those are the ones that really load. No. The pizza, the bread, and all that shit marbleizes your muscle. Grains marbleize your muscle. They make them fatty. They make them fat. That's what happens. You seen those cows when they eat grains? They get fatty. They get fatty muscle. Their meat's marbleized. Yeah.
25 grams is just the protein's going to end up being glucose.
that can cause problems down the road when you get older, you know. But anyways, this is just aging. Anyways, this is just accelerated aging. Everything that Blaha is doing here, inflammaging.
Gluconeogenesis. Well, there's also a couple
I like that when he squeezed his butt cheeks there at the top. Boom, boom. Yeah.
grams of like 3 grams of carbohydrate per scoop of that too. We're up to about 6. We're hitting close to our 30 grams of carbohydrate already just from the protein shake.
Yeah, carbohydrate.
From the
man.
protein.
Yeah, protein, carbohydrate, put up. Da.
Being converted, which also burns fuel.
Oh, look, he's still doing the same exercises over and over again. It's like being in hell. They say, God, what happened? I put you where you belong. Where? In hell. Lifting hell in this garage. Lifting forever, bro. With no life. No life. Making YouTube videos out of his garage as a lifting slave, then making live videos all day, living in his room, lifting in his garage and living in a room that he rents off some lady because he can't afford his own place.
What about later in the day? They're like, oh, we need other glucose. Yeah, you can get that from protein too. Okay, so what are we talking about? Let's say you end up needing 100 grams of carbohydrates for other functions in the body, but you eat 200 grams of protein. Well, up to about half of it's going to be converted. You're going to get it from that.
He must be one of the poorest YouTubers on the internet. All the other ones, they're making millions. Look at Greg Doucette. He's driving a fucking, I don't know, what's he driving there? Fucking McLaren and shit. He's got like some, I don't know, Lamborghini fucking SUV. He's got Mercedes. Jesus, he has everything. He even bought Allie a Mercedes. She left him though. But I don't know. Now he found a little chickie. This chickie's hanging on to him because for his money. She's not going with him for his looks, that's for sure. No, or maybe he's paying her. He's like, come on, let's just play the game, man. Pay me.
Plus, there's going to be trace carbs. I mean, let's say you're doing some utopian milks and recure. Let's say you end up with about 40 grams of carbohydrates.
Some of these women, they'll do anything for money these days. They're desperate.
Even on a low carb diet. Right, that's going to apply towards whatever the 100 grams or so you need. Then the protein, it's really easy to reach these numbers.
Oh, yeah.
Like your body's going to break it down from other stuff. Now, am I saying, oh, that means you don't ever need carbs?
It's easy to reach these numbers. Yes, Blaha. Very easy, yes.
No one should ever eat carbs. No, I'm not saying that at all.
Yeah.
I'm saying you have the options of metabolic flexibility. And what I'm saying is once protein goes up, we have a lot more flexibility. Okay? And people need to remember your body can make a lot of things out of other stuff. Your only essential fats are going to be, omega-3s and omega-6s, and specifically ALA and LA. The others are conditionally there. You can make the
Ole. Yeah.
other stuff out of carbohydrate. You can make it technically, in theory, out of protein breaking down into carbs. Same thing, we can make carbohydrates out of those. We can make them out of protein. We can make glucose out of the visceral backing on it, fat. Right? You can get like 1 calorie or so of carbohydrate, of glucose, from every gram of fat you eat through the glycerol backing on it.
Right. Like these are really important, yes, because we need to know, because we're building fake sarcoplasmic muscles. Oh, okay.
In the triglyceride chains.
Yeah.
Your body will make a lot of this stuff. Human metabolic flexibility is way higher than we give it credit for. So what I would say, a lot of the
it sure does, yes.
foods need to be eaten based around your specific.
The demands are high, man. Our brain requires a lot of energy because we have the biggest brain on the planet, humans.
Specific needs, your tolerances, your preferences. Okay? I only like sometimes a lower carb approach because for me I end up getting a little tighter and a little leaner, a little more abs. My waist comes down when I'm not eating a bunch of carbohydrates and I'm not storing abdominal water in my GI tract, for me personally. Right? That's it. Plus, I get good satiety from it, good energy. Not everyone does, but if you don't, then don't do it. Okay?
Yeah.
Same thing, other people thrive on, eating their rice and potatoes.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. And so what I'm saying with a lot of this, things like glycogen replenishment has been way, way overhyped. Look, get a bunch of protein in post-workout, and you're good.
Why worry about glycogen replenishment? He's loading glycogen in the muscle. It's a storage unit, like a camel. Pretending he's got muscles, okay.
The overwhelming majority of you are not training hard enough to think about glycogen replenishment because it's you're lifting weights. And
See, none of you are training hard enough. You got to train hard like Blaha.
even then, just before we get into the studies on fat adapted low carb endurance athletes, that's a whole different ballgame. Again, you'd be
Fat adapted? What is that?
surprised how little glycogen they need once they are used to running fat as a fuel source. Again, human metabolic flexibility is phenomenal.
Oh, it is.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Sure is, yes.
Okay, and people don't give it enough credit. They obsess over the things that don't matter. I mean, literally, people worrying about glycogen replenishment are like, but when I go lower carbs, I lose weight. Well, you're losing sodium weight due to the shifts in aldosterone. It's not even glycogen like you think it is.
When's Blaha gonna do a bodybuilding show, man? I want to see him on stage, posing with all these other people, man. Blaha, the bodybuilder. Oh.
All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys.
Is that all you have to say? Thank God. I'll see you in the next one, man. Tell what you think about that. Like, subscribe, support the channel. See you in the next one. Ciao, Borowski.